to our for the coming. So how is your energy lately? Tomorrow, for most places, it will be 12. So today is the time between Monday till 12 till so until Sunday, 18th of September 2016. So when the sun will be almost in Libra. It's in Virgo already. So, and just before the autumn equinox, good for works of renovation, and we're getting close to Michaelmas, which is similar to Archangel Michael's birthday, and it's, let me see, let me check the calendar today. This year it'll be a Thursday. I'm guessing the moon will be waning. Won't be his day specifically, but you can offer, this is day Sunday, but you can offer one or more yellow candles to him, and perhaps some incense of his choice, and just candy if you have some, or anything that you like, and he is a very delicate, although proud being that rejoices in our path, rejoices in our choices, and rejoices in who we are. So I'm getting out of the box my flower therapy or my cards by Doreen Virtue. Again, for those of you who don't know, I'm a certified angel card reader, which you can be too if you take the class, pass the test, and so on. Learn to trust your intuition this week. This deck of cards was made by Doreen Virtue and Robert Reeves, who is an intelligent Australian naturopath and an esoteric person, if you will, and other things too. So the images, I wish you could get them, because they're very, very, very beautiful, wonderful flowers. They all have a meaning and a purpose in magic and for other uses. Main use of flowers, used in quotes, is to be connected to beauty. For humans, be connected to beauty. That's why they were created. The first reason, not the only reason, but the first reason was that these tools were a connection to beauty, and beauty is a necessity. So we need to be surrounded by things beautiful. Like these cards, and I don't know. Something's flying thin around me. So I'm calling upon the flower fairies during next week's reading, shuffling the deck and getting one card for the beginning, one card for the middle, and one card for the end of next week, also referred to as the weekend. So, for some of you, we have the need to, just in general, just before seeing the cards, to uplift your thoughts and ideas higher during this week. The flower fairies are telling you right now that you want to be closer to up above than you want to be to down below. Just like when you enter a new workplace, you don't ask the last person who start working there, how does this work? But you ask your boss or the manager or someone more experienced. We don't ask demons for what we have to do. We ask people more experienced in training and perfecting human resources like us humans, and we reflect God's love by saying that. Let's see what's the first card for next week, for the days of Monday and Tuesday. So Monday 12th and Tuesday 13th. Let's see it with you. This card is called Purification. If you look at it closer, right, it's associated to the white rose. By the way, all of these cards are really pretty and they make a wonderful decoration for your altar, or if you photocopy the image, an even larger poster perhaps for your room if you want to connect to a particular flower every month. Say in January you want to connect to chamomile because it's warm, relaxing way to get past winter as soon as possible. February, you want to connect with the daisy. That's simplicity, but pleasure. Sometimes February is a bit uptight because in the northern hemisphere it's very cold, and the southern hemisphere is very warm. So there's either that lavish abundance or that total coldness that is not simple. So we need to get back to simplicity and so on. So every month could have, in theory, according to the flower fairies, a flower to represent or to heal a particular aspect. And other interpretations are good as well, if they make sense. This one I want to see before you do. So you meaning you person, or you lost soul, wanderer, maverick person watching this video. You, where's my finger? Oh yeah, here it is. You are lovable. It means that you are to be loved. If you are not being loved, whether by your mother, your cousin, your uncle, your husband, your wife, your son, your daughter, your neighbor, your life, it can't be. But if you're not loved by someone that you really love, or that you want to be loved by, and if you want to be loved by this person, I'm wondering why you do not love them. But camellia is the flower, so you can, here's another finger of mine. You are lovable. It means that if people have been mistreating you during the middle of next week, you, of course, says love who you are as you're created perfectly. Everything about your true self is beautiful. So this cuts two ways. Everything about your true self is beautiful. So sometimes you might not show your true self, and that's why you're not being loved. Ouch. And the other part is you're created perfectly, so you have to love yourself because of who you are. And most times, if not all times, perhaps all times, but the other explanation is an interesting psychological insight that I decided to give you. You are created perfectly, so if people praise you, you have to follow them because it's divine truth. If they don't, then you have to let them go. Everyone deserves love for what they're doing, who they are. But you are potentially lovable. Remember that when you're not being loved, it's not your fault, it's the other person's responsibility and duty towards the universe to love you. So ask God in the universe that more people love you, including and most especially your most devout enemies. So what Jesus said always, it can be read from both sides. Love your enemies with all your heart. Then hardly many sentences in the Bible are absolutes that don't need clarification, but or that must be seen in a one-way direction only, because that's the way they were intended. Okay, so next weekend it's the other card that I have for you. I haven't read it yet. It's called the word energy. There's a pretty little flower here. You can almost take it for lavender if you saw it. Paganthus at a distance, but it's called Paganthus. So, world energy. This makes me think that we're leaving some tensions behind worldwide, but we still need the white rose, so the purification. By the way, this is also a trick to learn, perhaps by white roses. If you're, say, summoning Archangel Gabriel on a Monday when it's full moon and calling him to purify your home, then perhaps buy 7, that's his number, 7 white roses. That's an idea. White rose petals are also good natural cosmetic ingredients for your skin. So just rub in a white rose, or not a red rose, but a white rose or a pink rose on your face skin. Makes your skin look younger. Not because we're following the trend to be young at all costs, but because we want to be young. We couldn't care less if other people will follow what we do in general in our life or not, or if other people in truth, it's, live and let live. Appreciate us totally, completely, everything we do. So we accept the help of others. That's, I'm trying to get to the meaning of this card or energy. But at the same time, we renounce doubt and we choose to have trust towards the world. So, meaning the people around us, they can help us. So this card is a reminder that there's something going on around you and you need to get help to make this transition, this change, these things more acceptable for you. So say there's change of the season perhaps approaching and everyone is feeling depressed because the fall is coming, and it's tragic, and some people never experienced this before, and everyone is sad and disappointed that summer has left. So you need another person for help, and you need a person to cry on. Hope not to cry about, to cry on. And the flower name Agapanthus. You can't make this stuff up. You have to study it. Agapanthus is a flower with qualities that have an impact on the receiver. That's human. Most flowers are edible, and they're actually very good. So, summarizing, wrapping this thing up. This is one of my favorite cards, by the way. Card for Monday and Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday purification. Get a cleanse somewhere. Me is a good idea, or do it yourself if you know how to, or go to a local church, light up a candle on, Mary's altar, and that's not a ritual, but pray for her, pray to her that she could help you somehow purify yourself. You don't have to do it this week. The energies are stronger that you let go of things. The card says about purifying your life of negative people, places, and experiences you attain through peace. Also, most especially by negative energy, which could be in the negative people or negative places and experiences. So experiences also work with Archangel Azrael for pain managing and especially healing. There is no pain in God's realm, and you are part, again, where's my finger? You are part of God's realm, just like other finger, me, just like everyone. And if you are part of God's realm is part of you. And if it's part of you, it's yours. And if it's yours, you can change it to the coordinates that you like best. And you can only change a little part that's yours. This includes the people around you and the places around you and your life. So purify your life from those things that you don't like. Just like every once in a while you clean your shoes, you I don't know if that's even allowed. You put them what do you call it, in the washer. You wash them and they're new. Same thing. You purify yourself spiritually, and then you're new. See, a new person, new. That can be done simply, or this also means getting rid of clutter. What's it? This renounce friendships that aren't useful for life. Life is also fun, especially peace, love, friendships that aren't good for you. And the way to do that is we pray upon the angels and say, I want to give up on, say, Marcus or John, because these two friends really tire me, but I don't want to hurt their feelings. What should I do? And then the angels come to you in your dreams and they tell you what you have to do. Then during the middle of the week, because we loved ourselves, we are reminded by people around us that we're lovable, because we have a better selection of people, because we got rid of some of them, we let them go astray from us, away in another planet if necessity be. Right? So if it's true that men come from Mars and women come from Venus, then we can send people to other planets. Or we can travel through this planet spiritually, and this is called astral projection, when you project yourself on the astral plane, say in your boss office to check if he's there when he's supposed to be there, and so on and so forth. Next weekend will be fun, but there will be harsh energies around you, perhaps, or changes, or things that take you out of your comfort zone. This means look for help. In other words, you'll feel excellent if you're centered in God and in your own self, which is something that a spiritual master has learned to do already, but for some of you it might not be so easy. So try to at least think about the possibility to do that as if it was something that you could do. And then eventually you'll develop from the idea will stem out the projection, and from the projection, or better, lead projection, the idea, the image, that's it, the image, then the reality, idea, image, reality, or image, reality, reality, image, reality. If you think about different images and different words, you can actually make up scenes in your mind, and you'll direct the director, and then you'll meet people and they'll tell you what you thought. They'll tell you. Some people will get bored, and some people will complain that they haven't done it. So lovable, purified, and shielded, if you will, or helped. So during the weekend we realized that we're not alone. In truth, we're getting rid of superficial energy This brings us closer to love, and let us see the true love in others that is now more visible because we have gotten rid of people and things that were not necessary. So we realize we can rely on other people's help during times of need. That comes as a very strong reassurance for a lot of us. So I want to leave you just like that, thinking that you'll be reassured. And I wish to greet you with splendid, flower fairy blessings. And I wish to remind you that the flower fairies really like you and they really want to hang out with you anytime, anywhere. Just call upon them and know you don't need to hold that daisy that you have at home that you bought yesterday in your hand and call upon, oh fairy, where are thee? And you have to say backwards 7 times in front of a mirror while touching your nose like that, and then the fairy will appear. It's not that complicated. To call upon the spirit, like I say many times, you just call upon the spirit's name and or quality, and the spirit will come out to you. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful week. Ciao.